So Satya, these are the symbols that you will usually see in your iGCSE syllabus. Now these are the commonly used symbols. This is an open switch. This is a close switch. Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No, sir.
So open switch, if your switch, so for example, in your household, when we say that the switch is off, that is basically an example of open switch. Satya, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So in your household, when you switch on the switch, that is basically in terms of electrical circuit, it is called the closed switch. Have you understood what I said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move on to the other commonly used symbols which are there in your syllabus. So this is a symbol of a cell. When multiple cells are joined together, they form a battery. Satya, are we okay till here?
Yes, sir.
And this is a symbol of a direct power supply, DC. There are two kind of power supplies. One is a DC, one is a AC. Just remember, DC stands for direct current and AC stands for alternating current. Alternating current is what the inventor Tesla invented or discovered, whatever you call it, and this is the current which comes in our household. This direct current is what you receive in your from your cells, the cells which run your remote control. So have you understood what I said?
Yes.
So don't worry about what is the DC, what is the AC. For the time being, just remember that the full form of DC is direct current. The full form of AC is alternating current. Alternating current is what is used in households, and direct current is what we get through cell or battery. Is it okay till here?
Yes, sir.
Mr. CB, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once we have understood this DC and AC, so this is a symbol of DC. So this DC is direct current and this AC is alternating current. So if they show you a symbol like this is what they are trying to say, that this would be direct current. And if they put the symbol like this in your syllabus, if they put a syllabus like this is an example of alternating current. Mr. Satya, any doubt? Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, what you do understand is that this is a ammeter, this is a voltmeter. This is what you understand. But if you see a M written in front of A, this is milliammeter. This is used to measure small currents. Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No.
This is a symbol of voltmeter. You have understood this voltmeter? But yeah, so this is a symbol of a voltmeter. Okay. Now, resistor, you'll find two kind of resistors. One is the fixed resistor that we usually, this is how I use a symbol of a fixed resistor. But then you have a variable resistor also, where you can change the resistance in the circuit. Mr. Satya, any doubt till here? These are very basic symbols that you should understand. Satya, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is a symbol of a heater. We'll see this in the circuit that we are discussing now. This is the symbol of a heater. Wherever you see the symbol, this is a symbol of a heater. This is a symbol of a lamp. So whenever you see the symbol, this is basically lamp. I'll be sending you this PDF, don't worry. These are the symbols that you'll have to remember. Then you might get in your exam a symbol like this. This is the symbol of electric bell. This is the symbol of a motor. This is the symbol of a generator. This is the symbol of a fuse. Now, what is a fuse, Mr. Siman?
The fuse is a device which, like say for example, if too much current is passed in a wire and it overheats, so the fuse breaks the wire, the current line, so that it does not catch fire.
Satya, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So for example, in your households, usually, Satya, now fuse is not used so much. There are MCBs which are used, MCBs. So if in your household, you would have seen, Satya, if there is any sparking in your house, then the MCBs automatically shut down the electrical supply. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, sir.
Automatically shuts down the electrical supply. So these are MCBs. These are electronic. You can call these the electronic fuse. The purpose of a fuse basically is to break the circuit. Whenever the current is too much, due to whatever reason, if the current is too much, your electrical appliances in your house will get damaged. So to avoid that damage, what a fuse does is it breaks the circuit. Usually, a very simple fuse, what it does is it melts, and when it melts, it breaks the circuit. Satya, are you able to understand? Mr. Satya, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
So let me show you an example where these kind of symbols are being used. One second. So if you see this, Satya, can you see this circuit?
Yes, sir.
Now in this power supply, Mr. CP, what will be the power supply here?
So the power supply would
This is the power supply which is being used. There is no, S like this. So this would be, if there was a S like this, then it would be AC. But now because there is no S, this would be Mr.
DC.
DC. Or we can safely assume that this is DC because there is no S. Mr. CP, what will be this?
So this would be the battery. Oh, sorry, fuse.
This is a fuse because this is how it looks like. If you look at our key for the instruments, see, this is how it looks like. Satya, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
The symbol that I have marked, that you'll have to learn, Satya. Okay. So Mr. CP, what will be this? What will be this? What will be this? What will be this? And what will be this? Mr.
So
CP.
the X would be lamp. The switch, this would be switch, open switch. Then the third one would be a variable resistor. The fourth one would be yes.
Mr. CP, any doubt?
No doubt.
Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Satya, you'll have to spend some time. Maybe you'll have to look at the video again so that you are able to understand. Any doubt?
No doubt.
No, sir.
Now, one purpose of this heater, one purpose of this variable resistor is to, so for example, in your fans that you have at home, so you have switches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Satya, have you seen?
Yes, sir.
To increase and decrease the speed of the fan. Mr. CB, have you understood? Mr. CB, have
Yes,
you
sir. Yes.
So these are basically the variable resistors. So similarly in this circuit, because you want to change the current supply to this heater, have you understood?
Yes.
So to increase or decrease the temperature of the heater, the variable resistor would be required. Mr. Satya, any confusion?
No, sir.
Mr. Satya, this is provided by your school. That is why I am discussing this. So that if any of the question comes in your exams from one of the symbols, you should be able to understand. So for example, you will have question like this: circle the symbol representing the heater. So you should be able to say that this is a heater. It includes a variable resistor. You should be able to tell that this is a variable resistor. How using a variable resistor can affect the heater? You should be able to tell that the purpose of the resistor is to vary, in this case, to vary the temperature of the heater. State the name of the component X and explain how it contributes to the safety of the user. So name of the component X and explanation. You should be able to tell that this component X is the fuse. And if the power supply is too much, if the current is too much, this fuse will melt. A basic fuse will melt and it will basically break the circuit. Mr. Satya, are you able to understand or is it getting too confusing?
Yes, I'm able to understand.
Mr. CB. Mr. CB, any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
So this is a small example which is there. So therefore, R is equal to 125 ohm. This is a small numerical that you can do. But spend some time on this. Symbol PDF. At least remember all the ticks. Wherever I put a tick, just remember these at least. The other you will require in your 9th and 10th class. Satya, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
This is also one of the very common symbols which is used. This is called earth or ground. You can skip this, that is not an issue, but at least wherever I put a tick, this one, these are the very basic symbols that you should understand. They are not very tough. In a lot of numericals also we have seen these symbols. So Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
So Mr. CB, what will be the symbol of this?
This would be an AC.
This would be AC. This would be AC switch. Sorry, AC power. This would be Mr. CB.
So this would be the motor, and the third one would be a heater.
Satya, are you able to identify?
Yes, sir.
So that is why I thought of discussing this so that we are aware of at least the symbols. We should be able to make out that which symbol is which. So Satya, can you see this is a fuse? Satya, can you tell me what will be this? These two?
Lamps.
Lamps. Very nice. This is a lamp. This is a lamp. Very nice. And do you see this? There is a current of 1.2 ampere in the fuse.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, if you see, these two are lamps, and there are switches here. So carry it out. At least in the, just go through this PDF once. Yeah. Okay.